Hi everyone, how's it going? Today I'm going to be decorating my week number 34 for my Filofax organizer. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this. My theme for the week is going to be called Lavender Fields during sunrise. So how I got that theme was, again, I using designseeds.com, and I'll be posting their link down below in the description bar so you all can check out, and hopefully that will give you a little bit of some inspiration when you're designing your pages. So I've pretty much swatched it out here on this little index card here, just to see how I can see if everything blends together before I actually put it on the Filofax paper. So I've went with, let me show you guys a picture of actually what I'm going for. And it's gonna look like this. So you can see it has some of those like purple colors here, right there, and then like this green, like forest olive green color, and then this coral color here. So basically what I did is this reminds me of the actual lavender itself, and then there are the purple colors there, and then there's the green to tie in with the fields, and then this orangey peachy color to represent the sunrise that's hitting on the fields, like so. And then the stamp that I use is I'm actually going to distress the edge of the paper with some Tim Holtz Distress ink pad, and this is in the color Forest Moss. And I achieved that by using this little sponge dauber just on the edges. And then I stamped my checklist stamp with VersaMagic chalk ink and Persimmon. And again, I'll be posting links to all of these items that I used on my blog at the end of the week. So let's go ahead and show you guys what I've done here. I've already did it on one page, so just to speed up the process of what I'm going to share with you all. And then I did use some of these Target sticky flags. We'll use that at the end. I'll show you guys how I'm going to be utilizing that. So let's go ahead and start with the distressing. I'm going to take my Tim Holtz Distress ink and my little sponge dauber. And I'm going to basically just use my finger and put this on my finger. And very lightly, I'm going to just tap right there to transfer some of that ink onto the sponge. And then what I'm going to do is just basically flick that on the edge of the paper like so. Let me see if I can zoom in here for you guys so you can see how I'm going to do this. So very lightly, just going at the edge of the paper like so. Sorry it's not in focus, guys. But basically I'm just going to do that. And that's not going to cause any bleed through on the other side. So let's just go ahead and keep going there. Just very lightly towards the edge. You can go back and forth to get that color that you like. Keep tapping to transfer some of that ink, and again, just very lightly touching the edge of the paper. If you want the ink to kind of go in more, you can definitely do that just by pressing it a little bit more towards that inside of the paper. So you can see how I went in a little bit more right there. You can really play around with this, have some fun, just create that look that you're going for. Again, tapping and just transferring more of that ink onto the paper. So now I'm actually, instead of going at the edge, I'm actually pressing onto the paper because I want the ink to blend more on the inside. So that's pretty much it. You can see how it doesn't bleed through on the other side. Let me just zoom back out now. Okay, so now I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and just use my washi tape. So now that I've used this little tip, since I've already used this is going to go with this. So I'm going to create a label and put forest moss on here so that I know that this goes with this. So you don't want to mix your colors together. So let's start with the sunrise and put this peach color on the top. What I'm actually going to do is flip this over, and because I want to keep that date there, I don't want to block that date, I am going to cut it at an angle so that it's going this way. So take my washi tape and just cut it at an angle. Let me zoom in for you guys so you can see how I'm doing this. So starting at the edge of the paper, laying that washi tape down right at the very edge and pressing it down. And once I get to end, flip it over so that I can see the tape instead of cutting it this way where I can't see the edge of that paper. So I'm going to flip this over and cut that off. And then I'm going to get my green tape and put that on the bottom. And I did that because it kind of reminds me of like the soil and the leaves. So that's like on the bottom. Like on the ground. So that's why I did that. Again, flipping this over and cutting that edge off. So now I have that. I'm going to take my lavender tape and put that along the edge here, sort of like a page reinforcer. And because this is a thick tape, let me zoom back out here, you guys. I've already cut it on my Fiskars paper trimmer. This is just like a portable paper trimmer. And what I did is I simply took a strip, the same length of the paper. So for example, I went like that, just to kind of eyeball measure it, and then I went ahead and laid that down onto the actual paper trimmer. And I've already done that, so I'm just going to take that other strip that I had and then put that on here. And let's just trim that off right there. Like so. So now I have that. Now I'm going to go ahead and make this little gradient purple effect here. So let's start off with my dark purple. I have all my thin tapes here on this. I'm trying to find the edge. There you go. So I'm going to start with like a dark purple. And then I'm going to start at the edge right here. I'm using this line as my guide. And bring that all the way to the edge of the paper. Again, I'm going to flip and cut it. Then I'm going to take like this tape right here. Again, because it is thick, I went ahead and put it on my paper trimmer and cut it in half. So that gives me 2 even thin strips. And let's put that on the inside. Let me just fix that edge right there and make it straight. So lay that right there, flip and cut, and then go in with a lighter shade of purple. Put that up here on the top. Or what you could do is just rip that part off. I like to save my tape so I don't waste any, but you can also just do that just so that it makes your trimming a little bit easier. So that's pretty much the basics of it. And then if you want, you can stamp this with your checklist stamp. If you don't have a checklist stamp, you can of course just use it in the way it is, but I like to use my checklist stamp. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my stamp and get my VersaMagic Persimmon chalk ink. Before I do that, I'm going to get my mouse pad. And I like using the mouse pad because it gives me just that added pressure for stamping. Again, I apologize if my head gets in the way here. It is difficult to stamp with.
See, Mom.
Okay, with the camera in front of my face, so let me go ahead and zoom in for you guys. Here. Alright. Make sure you just press it all over so you get that release. Then I'm going to do that again. Just press it down, release. A couple more times here. And again, you guys, when you are using pigmented inks, you want to wait and let it sit before you touch it or do anything to it, because they do need some time to dry. So there you go. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a baby wipe, and you want to wipe that off right away because you don't want that ink to stain your stamp. That's pretty good. So I'm going to let that dry. And now we're just going to use some little embellishments. Again, I have these from Target. These were $1 and they come in just this gorgeous color. Perfect for the theme that I'm going. It has some of that coral orangey coral peachy colors there, and then those gradient purples. So what I like to do is just use these as when I have important notes and things. And because these don't stick very well, I have my removable tape, and I'm just going to run that along. So in case anything changes or whatever, I can just simply remove it. Again, this is the Tombow removable adhesive. I've done a video on adhesives if you're interested in that. Let's just put it here for now. I don't really have any events this week. And then you can go ahead and trim that out. So it looks like that. Maybe have a peach one here. Maybe this color right here. Maybe I'll put that right here. Oh, look at that. See, it's not sticking. I took that and put that again right here. There you go. So now it stays down. I'm just gonna turn this around and just trim that off. So now I have those. And then if I needed some extra paper, I can hole punch this, or hole punch some extra paper, or I can stick it on a fly leaf in the middle of my page. I am using the assorted tags from K & Company, and again, you can get this at any craft store. And just some pretty tags of, and so I'm gonna choose this one right here. It kind of has the lavender right there. You can see all the colors of the purple and the lavender, and then in here it also has some of that coral, and then in the greens there. So I could hole punch this or stick it on a fly leaf for that to go. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.